Thank you for joining me on this course. I can guarantee, I put my bitcoins on it, that you won't regret enrolling on this very course. Now, in this lecture, I want to give you a complete introduction to the course, so covering how the course is structured and more. This way, once we move on to the following lectures, you'll know exactly where we're going and the route we're going to be taking to achieve the learning goal of this very course, which of course is to get you to become an active Bitcoin investor. So this section of the course is really about laying all of the foundations and getting you looking at Bitcoin in a different light over just a currency. As well as covering this, I'll go over how my Bitcoin investments have grown substantially and once again bring the course goal to your attention, which of course is that I'm going to get you to become a confident Bitcoin investor by the end of this very course. So pay close attention. Now, once we've covered section 1 and move on to section 2, that's all about investing in Bitcoin for the long term. Now, that's a very important point. I want you to be aware of that this isn't a day trading course for Bitcoin. It's about investing in Bitcoin for the long term and turning a very generous profit that specific way. Because investing in Bitcoin for the long term has always been the most profitable way to invest, hands down. So that's what section 2 is all about, showing you how I'm going to be getting you investing in Bitcoin, and of course it's through long-term investing. Now I'm going to show you how to turn a profit that specific way and what my strategy is when investing in Bitcoin for the long term. Now, in section 3, this is where you'll need to perhaps start making some very detailed notes as I go through the lectures. Because what I'm going to do is explain how I assess whether the value of Bitcoin will rise or fall. The best time to buy is of course when it's falling, and the best time to sell is when it's rising. But where along those lines do you actually take action? Well, that's what I'll be explaining in section 3. So in that section, I'll be talking you things like the best graphs to use when analysing Bitcoin's value, and of course how to analyse them to make very good, accurate judgments about the future value of Bitcoin. I'll also be going over external factors that you should be aware of and that you should be monitoring that can have a tremendous effect on the value of Bitcoin. Now, section 3 is pretty intensive, so I'll be giving you a recap of the whole section in the last lecture of section 3. Then in section 4, I'm going to enlighten you with some solid research-driven 2016 and beyond Bitcoin value predictions. Remember, these are predictions, but they are from industry leaders who have invested tremendous amounts of time in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So their knowledge of Bitcoin and where it's going is absolutely unrivaled. Now, as well as providing you with these predictions of 2016, I'll personally be explaining why I'm thinking beyond 2016 and why you should be doing too. 2017 is the place where the majority of the experts are hedging their bets on Bitcoin's prices skyrocketing, and I'll explain why when we get to that part of the course. But let me just say this for the time being, it'll definitely be worth the wait. Following on from section 4, we have section 5. So in section 5, I'll be showing you the best places to actually store your Bitcoins. In other terms, the best Bitcoin wallet to store your Bitcoins in. Now, whether you're after maximum security, ease of use, whatever you're after, there is a wallet which will suit your needs, and I will show you the best one to use to suit your specific needs. Now, let me tell you this, there are a tremendous selection of Bitcoin wallets now available. So as I mentioned, I will be showing you them all, but I'll also be showing you my personal favourite that I use most often. So that'll be everything for section 5. Then we'll move on to section 6, which is actually where I want to cover where to buy Bitcoins from. Now, same as with Bitcoin wallets, there are so many sites to buy from online, but I'll be giving you a run through of where to buy them, well, the sites I personally recommend and use most often, because the key here is security. Now, if a site I mention does not work in the country that you're in, simply write to me on the course discussion board and I'll help you find another reputable site in your country that's secure to use. Oh, and before I mention what we'll cover in the next section, I'll also be showing you how to buy Bitcoins face to face with sellers in this section as well. Now, I'm going to let you know what section 7, which is here, is all about. And it's when you're ready to cash in on your Bitcoin investment and turn a profit, which is what we're all about. As with buying Bitcoins, I'll be showing you the best sites to sell on and how to go about it. As let me tell you this now, it's a little more complicated than actually just buying Bitcoins. So that is what we'll be covering in section 7. Then in section 8, that's a roundup of the entire course, where I just want to go back over everything that we have covered, so all the key points to ensure you're on the right track. By the way, in section 8, I'll also send you 0.01 worth of Bitcoin just for enrolling on this course as a paying student. So that'll be your investment to get started. Now you can either cash out or watch the value of it rise and rise. So as you can see, by the end of this course, you will be an active Bitcoin investor. And in section 9, as a nice little bonus, I've included an interview I did a while back with the chairman of the cryptocurrency fund, Tim Enneking. He shares some great insights into investing in Bitcoin, so that is definitely worth a listen.